My partner's mom is Filipino, but she requires soft and lower sodium food. I definitely don't want her to miss out on some of her favorite flavors and dishes, so I'm always on a mission to recreate her favorite Filipino dishes so they are Lola friendly. A few weeks ago, I made sinigang for the first time. We really loved it, but I got a lot of really great suggestions from a lot of people, so I was super excited to make it again. For this dish, you can take a shortcut and use a packet for the tamarind broth, saving you a lot of time and effort. But unfortunately, there's way too much sodium in those for Lola. Plus, I just really wanted to make it from scratch for her. But unripe tamarind is really hard to come by around here, so I went with ripe. And then, thanks to suggestions, I also used unripe guava to give it more of a sour flavor. While that boiled down for 40 minutes, I started working on everything else. I prepped my aromatics, lemongrass, ginger, shallots, and garlic, and then started working on everything that is going in the soup. So no, this will not be your typical sinigang ingredients because Lola can't easily chew some of them, or she just didn't want them in there. So we did our own thing. Once the tamarind and guava broth was ready, I mashed it and strained it, and this was so delicious, I could have just left it at that. The pot went back on the stove, and I sauteed my shallots. Then I added my garlic, ginger, lemongrass, and dried mushrooms. I added a homemade chicken stock, and then the tamarind broth, and then I added taro root to simmer for 20 minutes before adding everything else. Filipino dishes are often heavy on the fish sauce, which is delicious, but super high in sodium. So in an attempt to build that complex flavor with less fish sauce, I tossed in a no salt added dashi, and that's also why I added dried mushroom. Fish was Lola's protein of choice, so I dropped that in to poach. Now Lola needs super soft veggies, and the rest of the family doesn't. To make my life easier, I always prep veggies at the beginning of the week so I can add them to meals and make everyone happy. Lola gets everything cut up nice and small so it's easier to chew. I add a small amount of fish sauce to hers and a touch of MSG because a little pinch gives a lot of flavor. The rest of the family added more fish sauce to theirs and the crisper veg.